Hello and good morning to you all out there. I hope you're well. I've just been sent over a key for Heavy Duty Challenge, the off-road road truck simulator. Actually came out on the 14th of September 2023. It's from Nano Games and published by Aerosoft. It's got very good reviews thus far, but they've sent me over a key because they are releasing a brand new, up-to-date feature/DLC element, which I'm under embargo, so I can't show you until the certain time has passed. I haven't actually played HDC. I'm very keen to do so. This is going to be my first look at it. So I'll be looking at the new and improved version 2.0, I guess, HDC game, but I won't be referencing the original because I've never played the original. I'm on the steering wheel, got the Thrustmaster T248 system on the go today, and I'm just installing it now. So in a few moments, we should hopefully be up and running, and you guys can join me as we take a little look at HDC Challenge, the off-road truck simulator. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm that excited about it. I don't have head tracking on this system at the moment, so I won't be testing that out, but we'll just be looking at the game in as much in its entirety as we possibly can. Alrighty, here we go. Slight concern. The first message that comes up is that this game has support for some controllers, but not yours. So the T248 may not be working. Let's have a look in controls and see if we can get it to work. We kill the music. Really, I can't turn the music off. Well, that's pretty disgraceful. It better not be causing me problems as a result of that. Oh, there's the music there. Right, I didn't see that. Okay, right, controls. So the gear shift has come up and the Thrustmaster is kind of there. Side tech panel is also showing up. So that's kind of groovy. Force feedback strength we'll put to 100%. Dampening strength, steering wheel centering strength is 100%. Vibration feedback strength 60. Collision feedback is 60. Right, let's start plugging some of these in forwards. Okay, that is not recognizing my wheel at all. Nope. It's kind of weird because it's there, look. So it's recognizing that it's there. It's just not recognizing it at all. But it recognizes that. And it recognizes that. Turn engine on or off. So it's recognizing the buttons. It's not recognizing any of the axes. Maybe I have to put it on this side. Well, that's awfully odd. Road mode. So it's recognizing all the buttons. Brake. But what it's not doing is accepting any kind of axes input whatsoever. Basic driving course. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to drive and see if it picks up on the throttle and stuff automatically. Sometimes that happens. Another thing that I've discovered with the T248, and I'll be changing this wheel out for next year. Another thing I've noticed is that sometimes games don't recognize it the first time you load up at all. Shut the game down, open it up again, and sometimes, not all the time, sometimes it starts to work. So we'll give that a try as well. Stim panel button box, completely not recognized. Not participating in that whatsoever. Okay. What? Don't be silly. So the game has decided that my 3- button on my wheel opens and closes the menu. But because I've bound it to start and stop the engine, I'm now having this silly conflict of interests. Right, so the brake is working, but this is so weird. Right, so what's happening is, and I see this a lot with the T248, is that the shifter is being recognized as the accelerator and the accelerator is not being recognized at all, but the brake is working. So let's fire it up again and we'll see whether or not it's working. So it's got 𝐃𝐨 support, so that's good. And we'll see whether or not we have a working thing. But you see how I couldn't bind any of the buttons, and yet it did work with the throttle and the brake and that. I didn't notice any force feedback, per se. That I wasn't really turning, so... No, so it's still recognizing my clutch as the accelerator. Now, what shall I put this in as? Thrustmaster racing wheel. Let's try that. Wow, its lack of support for wheels is astronomical. Nope, still seeing my shifter pedal as my accelerator. This is not a good start. Let's try generic driving wheel, see if that helps. Right, so as a generic driving wheel, it looks like the accelerator is on the right thing. We have a wheel. Let's just go. Let's see what it's like. Why is there a teddy bear just floating off on my left here? It's random. So grainy. Right, so now my up and down. Oh God. But the setup for the controls is not great. Let's be honest about that. So it's basically reset all of my buttons. We'll change the on-off engine button. Road mode, I don't even know what that means. Oh, I guess, yeah, road mode is... Okay, so that's next drive mode. Rear axles lock. All-wheel drive mode. Handbrake. Oh, it's down here, look. This button already exists to accelerator. Okay. Okay. So... this is ultra graphics. It looks so grainy to me. Right. So initial opinions are that there's very little audio. I mean, this car could be making lots of bangs and clangs. There's no immersion at all. It's completely devoid of anything remotely immersive. So that straight away, that's not good. Graphically, it looks so grainy. I don't know what engine they're using to build this on, but you should stop using it because it looks terrible. Really awful. The truck itself feels like it is... well, this truck feels a little bit more modern, but the last truck felt like it was something from Russia with love. And that should have been an almighty bang. The physics don't feel right to me. I think the fact that there's no head shake whatsoever is really working against the game. The audio for me is just an absolute unstand. There just isn't any. It's not like it's bad. You know, if they'd have tried to put it in and it was terrible, then fine. But they haven't even done that. A bit of audio. That's the first bit of audio I've heard from the truck. Okay, so these training missions are really quite short. I would very much like to get involved in proper challenge. Truck damage. The challenges of off-road driving. This is your last driving lesson, which will explain damage done to a truck when you drive. Some systems in the truck can be damaged when driving in difficult terrain. NAD? Hitting things on the way? There's a typo there, guys. This includes powertrain, suspension, gearbox, wheels and brakes. A huge 4-axle truck on the next section. Be careful not to crash it. Right. Oh, Christ. Okay. There's a bit of audio there. Not enough for what I just did, but at least there was some. But the audio is very lackluster. I like the concepts, though. I think there's definitely premise to the game. This is going to be tricky, this one. How are we not going to roll the truck here? Wow, we dealt with that so much easier than I was expecting. Just change camera. Oh wow, that's what we're driving, that thing. Right, well, considering that was a quote-unquote tutorial to teach me about damage on trucks, I have no idea what quote-unquote damage was done to that particular truck. None at all, from what I can see. Right, 2,000. I have 2,000 credits. Let's buy this vehicle. All right. Driving school, cargo mode, jobs in off-road logistics, sport mode, become a champion, off-road trips, no rules, no score, no time limit, just drive. Let's do a logistics job. That sounds fun. Okay, so I just bought a truck and now I have to use this one instead. That seems a bit weird. Cargo mode, Utah. All right. So far, the audio is 2 out of 10. The physics don't feel quite right. I don't think the static camera is helping. I think some sort of dynamic camera movement for the head would improve the feeling of physics. As far as damage and stuff goes, I just did a tutorial on damage and I still have no idea what the damage system is like because it didn't seem to make any difference. It doesn't seem to matter what gear you're in. You can still accelerate over rocks and drive and stuff. It's just not very good. It doesn't seem very realistic. And that's just in the tutorial. Maybe the tutorial's holding my hand. I don't know. Maybe we'll get some damage along the way here and we can see what it's actually like. The fact that it has head tracking is definitely a positive. That's something that games like SnowRunner don't have. But then SnowRunner has the most glorious graphics and some really good audio at times, whereas this is lacking very much on both those parts. Cargo truck wheel tiers. A truck at the mine requires some repairs, including a change of tiers. Bring them the spares from the scrapyard. We're going to go to the scrapyard and then drive to the mine. So there's something here. Jesus. What is this vehicle we're driving? Okay, so we've driven there and they've put a flatbed on our truck. There's no driver in the driver's seat. At least the audio changes when you're outside / inside. And it looks like there's dirt all over my windscreen. I'm just gonna see if there's a button for windscreen wipers. You can lean left and right, look. And there's no clutch axes at all. Okay. I'm going to try manual gears. It looks like the gears are automatically set up. So let's go to game. There doesn't seem to be a way to say manual gears. So I don't think this is going to work properly. And there's no windscreen wipers. Oh, it looks like there's no sat-nav per se. But the game is telling me to go right to get to the scrapyard. So manual gears just feels weird. Technically it works. Technically it works, but right, watch this, okay? First gear, flat out, full acceleration until it stops. Ready? Okay, so that's first gear. Let's put it in 7th gear. Ready? Okay, so 7th gear still accelerates, but very, very slowly. Let's try something in the middle. 3rd gear. It's just like first gear. There's no point in having first gear. Might as well just stay in 3rd gear. I don't think we're meant to be going this way. I can't see that ending well. Was there a road? I think there might be a road over there. Forget first gear. The engine sounds horrible. What I thought was dirt on the wheel, I think is actually... Oh my god, that's lean out. How far did I lean out? I wish I had head tracking set up. Do I need to go over that bridge or do I need to go down here? Looks like we're going down here. Oh my. Bloody good job I didn't drive off the cliff there, wasn't it? I've got to ask the question at this moment in time, how has this game got such good reviews on Steam? Did they buy them? I mean, that seems incredibly callous. And oh. It just loaded the wheels up. Fair enough. Okay, one positive, I think. Are my tyres making these grooves in the ground? I think they are. Okay, so there's a positive. God, this is awful. There's no passion in this development. It's very lackluster. Ah, so this is where gears matter. When you're on a hill. No, that sounds silly. Or maybe it's all about the diff. The fact that you don't need a clutch to change gears just feels wrong. The fact that there's no clutch in the game at all feels wrong. The physics feel wrong. See what happens with this stuff on the back. Just vanishes. Is that it then? Job done? Now what? Now I've got to get to the finish line. Kudos on the mirrors. They're really sharp. In fact, they look better than it does out the windscreen, if I'm being completely honest. I don't think I've ever played a game since the 80s where changing gear was just a case of up, down and in between. No shifters, no clutch. I mean, sorry, there is a shifter, but no clutch. Thing is, they've gone to the effort of introducing pretty decent suspension modelling. If I could look underneath the truck a bit better, if I had... Oh, here we go. I think you'll find it's reasonably well modelled. So, I mean, there's quality there. They've put the time and the effort into that element of it. But then they haven't bothered to make it realistic. And it doesn't really tie up with the environment properly. I deliberately drive over this thing. Hey, look at the tyre deformation. That's pretty decent. That really is not... Okay, it's not perfect. It's not groundbreaking by any means. But they have put time and effort into it. Look at that. That's quite impressive. But then what they haven't done is in any way translate that to the truck. There's no audio, so you don't feel immersed. There's no shake, rattle and roll, so you don't graphically even feel immersed. If you look at the windscreen, it looks like it's dirt, right? But as I move, you can see that the dirt moves. There's actually a reflection. But it's a reflection of what? It's not a reflection of the truck, the inside of the truck. It's a reflection of either something off to my left or something behind me. It's just weird. It doesn't really... I mean, clearly they've done it on purpose, but why? Why have they done it? What's the benefit of it? It doesn't even move in line with the vehicle. It just feels, again, completely detached from whatever the vehicle's doing. So, it looks like there are this many container jobs. Ye old mine. Okay, let's try this. There's been a discovery of an old mine carts left in the shaft 100 years ago. Pick them up from the mine, take them to the train station. Better go put the back on the truck. I mean, why? Why take it off? And why turn my truck round? I parked it facing in. Technically, we should still get around that, even though I touched the fence. Oh, where am I going? See, that's not terrible. I did all that reversing using just the wing mirror. So the wing mirrors I quite like. The tyre deformation I like. The physics on the suspension I quite like. The gears I hate. The audio I hate. I mean, it would be better with head tracking, and that's my fault that I don't have head tracking set up. It's stupid really, but the Velcro thing that holds my head tracking on my headset fell off and I haven't replaced it. That's why I don't have head tracking, because I've got no way of attaching it to the side of my headset. Seems ridiculous, doesn't it, that would be the reason why I don't have head tracking, but that's what's been holding me back for months now. The physics on the truck are good, but they don't really convey what the truck is doing in the real world. Where am I picking this up from? Graphics are pretty terrible. The whole drive in here, the stuff will be automatically loaded on your truck rubbish. It's really dated and makes the game appear even worse than it is. There's a drop-off point over there, but I don't know exactly where over there is. The environment is awful. It's so basic. Danger ahead. Okay. Ooh. Danger ahead. Take your life into your own hands. Oh, that was a good start. What you're saying is there are some missing floor elements. See, look, again, if you look at the tyre deformation, I mean, it's not brilliantly modelled, but it is modelled. It does exist. And obviously, whatever crate this is that we're carrying is very heavy. Also, we're having to go right on the edge, which is kind of exciting. Not so excited from outside, but from inside. So I get the idea. I mean, I like the idea. We're in all-wheel drive mode at the moment. I don't know who put the handbrake on there. It wasn't me. But I mean, that wasn't in the least bit challenging. And it's just made I think I'm trying to think of a word to sort of summarize the experience, and it would be poor. The audio is poor, the physics are poor, the mirrors are good. Truck suspension physics look great, but they don't interact well with anything, which makes them poor, or appear poor. The reflection on the windscreen is poor. I don't understand the relevance of it. I don't understand why it's there. It doesn't seem to relate to anything. Have I gone the wrong way? Sat nav is poor. Gears are poor, the environment is poor, it's just poor overall. The idea is good, poorly implemented. Where was the collision noise? Tyre track modelling is okay. As far as I can see, the damage modelling is non-existent. This game's like 25, 30 quid? No, the price is too high. The quality is too low. I would really question any reviewers that you've watched that have promoted this game to you in its current state. I think I've gone the wrong way. But already I don't really care. Let's just see if we can off-road it and just... Maybe we can find some fun just by going and doing our own thing. I'm supposed to be going over there, right? There's no way I can go off the edge here. Maybe here. Can you even drive off the edge? Right. So you can drive off the edge. Again, no audio. You press reset and it just takes you to the next nearest location, I guess. It's a horrible camera angle, isn't it? The thing is, I can name off the top of my head 3 or 4 games that cost less than this that are a million times better. I think that's the problem here. And those tyre track deformation indents and whatnot, they seem to be vanishing as I drive over them. Not after I've driven over them, but just before I drive over them, which makes them pop out of existence, which looks bad. I mean, how is that? There's a tectonic event going on. This to me is a mixture of half decent tyre and suspension physics on a vehicle combined with very amateur environment creation, reflection implementation, audio implementation. It's like they spent money on the vehicle suspension physics and then crapped out on everything else. Because other than that, other than the tyre deformation and the suspension, there really is nothing overly positive to say about this. I mean, are you looking at the graphics? They're horrible. And if you look at my mouse just to the right of that menu, over in the background. You see that mountain? Like popping in with a bit of, I don't know if you can see it in the video just there. This is ultra graphics on a menu. We'll give the mountain village one go, but honestly, I don't think this game is going to impress me in the next 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm a bit shocked. I think that's the best way to explain it. I'm shocked that it's in the state that it's in, to be quite honest with you. I was expecting a lot more. Third gear, go. Oh, going left here. Okay. No audio whatsoever. I'm scraping against that rock. No audio whatsoever. I don't know who keeps putting the suspension on. It's not bloody me. The handbrake, I mean. Right, so I can see my powertrain, my gearbox and my suspension on the left. Let's try and break something and see if it makes any difference to us whatsoever. Okay, this is a test of your resolve and balance. That's incredibly easy. So you can choose which way you go. I'm going to go right and left. And then presumably this way, I don't really know. There was no arrow. I hope I'm going the right way. So Nacon made a game a couple of years back called Off-Road something or other, and it wasn't perfect by any means, but I tell you what, it delivered so much. It was very similar to this, but it just delivered so much more, even though it wasn't particularly good. To get up here. These are very, very short routes. Anyway, Nacon are releasing their second iteration of that. And I guess that's probably I would recommend that over this. Even though it hasn't come out yet. I mean, that's how disappointing this is. Section 2. What was that noise? Got some moving wood there, look. Aerosoft need to stop using this engine. It's so dated. It looks so bad, and it makes everything they do look worse than it is. No audio whatsoever. The throttle control and the clutch bite and all that kind of good stuff. Awful. Absolutely. Well, not awful, but not good. Really not good. I mean, the whole concept bit is great. I think there's definitely a market for this. If this is the best they can do, I'm sorry. You're 20 years too late to deliver this kind of quality, or lack thereof. An achievement there, I think. Right, let's do the final part. Let's get this over and done with. So I was in the wrong gear there. I was in 5th by accident. And rather than have me in neutral and revving the engine to within an inch of its life, the game decided that, in fact... I'll get a camera shot here. Look at the smoke coming out the top of that stack. That's not good. That's most weird. So yeah, anyway, rather than have me slip into neutral and rev the engine to within an inch of its life, it just defaults to whatever gear it would be in automatic mode. And there's no manual gears in this at all, really. Like, for instance, oh, dangerous bit. I've just slipped out of gear. What's going to happen? Oh, nothing at all. It's just defaulted to first gear. Oh, we're quite stuck. I'm sorry, but I've got 3 tyres on the ground in an all-wheel drive vehicle. How is it possible I'm not getting out of this problem? Physics are just so wrong. It's a really good example of how bad the game is. Really? Oh, massive, massive stutter. Oh, the game is really struggling. How on earth can this truck be stuck here? Oh my word. Look, it's just clipping through the whole thing. That first ramp, it's just totally clipping through it. And the second one. Awful game. And I hate to be so critical of something. I genuinely do. A lot of you going, oh yeah, of course I do. I genuinely do, especially when it comes to game developers. Because even if you are taking shortcuts, you know, there's very few game developers out there who really don't care what people think about their game. But this is just so poor. It's so poor. How can I possibly recommend it at the price it's at? Yeah. No. No, 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 no. I don't recommend this game. Let's just go to the desktop. Let's go and see. What illustrious reviewers we have. If I recognize anyone. So the most helpful review is not recommended. But to be fair, this guy's played 0.4 hours. Constant crashing. Haven't had that problem, although it was very close to crashing. Skips frames. Didn't really see that. Steering of trucks lacks any self-centering. That isn't true. Can't zoom out in third-person camera. Yes, you can. Throttle seems delayed and restricted. That's not true. Buggy game that shouldn't be released until way better. Disappointing. Such a shame. Yeah, to be fair, you haven't really given it much time. and most of what you said is wrong, so I would disregard that particular review. How are there so many positive? Who's this guy? Vid of playthrough during playtest, not day one build. Okay, so that's, to be honest with you, who is this guy? Whoever that is. Yeah, no. A lot of these reviews, I have to concede, are probably prior to this new update, which I'm playing. This is like the most modern update. But I'm sorry, no. How on earth? I mean, look at the time people have played. 0.6 hours. Thumbs up. 0.6 hours. 0.5 hours. 0.3 hours. 3.3 hours. A proper. This is at least he's given it a proper crack. 0.9 hours. Here's my gameplay. Dual shot 66. Yeah, I agree with this guy. It's okay, but some trucks sound like a car. All trucks sound like a car. Let's see what the dev said about that. Thanks for the feedback. Sound improvements are planned for upcoming updates. Stay tuned. Well, I'm sorry, but I've just played the most recent update and the sound is not there. The sound is awful across the game, not just the truck audio. That's also terrible. Awesome game with awesome graphics. What? Playing a different game to me, buddy. Yeah. No, sorry. No. For me, it's a no. I don't see myself ever wanting to play that game again. That's how bad it is. That's how little I enjoyed it. Shame, because the concept is good and the tire deformation and vehicle physics are there. They're just not very well implemented. And the lack of audio and poor graphics and the way that it's just clipping through the ramps instead of driving over them and stuff. How could I possibly recommend it? How could I possibly recommend it? I mean, honestly, how could I? So it's a big no from me. Sorry, guys, but thank you for sending the key over. I do appreciate that. And I hope you find my criticism to be constructive, developers. These are things you would need to work on if you wanted to entice me to pay. How much is it? Oh my god. How much is it? It is $24.99. Nano Games. Nano Games are the truck and logistics simulator guys. They're a small dev team. Why are they working on multiple games at the same time? Hang on a minute. How are they also working on... No, that's not right. TML Studios are working on that. Oh, this is under Aerosoft. Sorry. Yeah, Simula Games are a totally different dev team. I'll take that back. Apologies. So, yeah. So what have Nano Games done then? just defaults immediately to Aerosoft. There is no Nano Games listing, unfortunately. So I don't know what else they've done, if anything. No idea. No idea. Anyway, yeah, so I'm prattling a little bit. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. My brain is not quite as sharp as it usually is. But yeah, it's a no for me, guys. Thank you very much for sending a key over. But I don't recommend this one in its current state. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Goodbye for now.